I think we're just about ready.
Great.
So, we're live right now. Okay, so we're gonna jump into my little studio and then do a tiny, tiny little recap of what happened. Let's do it. Oh, hey, there we go, not muted now. Yes, we tried, by the way, Lindoa, to do the capturing of the screen, and we still experienced a lag, Andrew and I did. We were trying that 2 nights this week, where we just show... Okay. It was such a good idea. We've been trying to, and if you have any ideas, let me know, unless it's like after the fact, because I don't care, it's over. The idea that we were trying to make my reactions and what I was doing a little more, a little more lagless. We chose YouTube for this 40K session because we thought, oh, well, it's going to be kind of nice to have less lag, and there is less lag than Twitch, but because of the quality we're streaming in, there is some, so boo. Anywho, so gang, y'all came down a lift, is that right? Some kind of a great lift, if I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an okay lift.
It was fine. It's fine. It's okay.
It was normal.
Why'd you do that? That's weird. I mean, we know that you lift, bro, but we don't know why. What's going on?
Well, the outer gates are closing. We need some potential ways to help clear out the flooding or investigating why this is all happening. We ran into some riffraff down in the tunnels who were holding some hostages.
Harassing some civilians.
Civilians of what?
So it appeared.
Floor 4.
Civilians of the hive. They're from floor 4.
Floor 4. Oh, and they went down the lift with you, probably.
No.
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 They were washed down a hole.
How horrible.
Indeed.
You're a terrible
I mean, if you don't like wet hole, I guess.
This one comes with kelp. That's awesome. Lots of kelp. Delightful amounts of kelp. Well, okay, so that's all in well. Love that. You guys have also interacted with these hooligans harassing the civilians, and you guys probably ran into them before, like you guys are cops, you have
Never
some kind of a database to look them.
Nope.
You've never seen them.
No, they are new to us, and they have called us heretics, and they have called us
That was super rude of them.
Yes, super rude.
Still don't know
One
what
of
it
them
means.
is definitely dead. Another one is probably going to die.
Definitely will die. Let's be very clear.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, definitely will die. Another is in a bad way. And then one is handcuffed to the lift so he can be away from his brethren. And we assume that they are cultists, but have not confirmed because none of them like to talk to us. Except for the guy in the lift was talking to Lindoa.
He's warming up to Lindoa. Yeah,
or to do it. His poetry really spoke to him.
Reasonably so.
And
well, okay, go ahead.
the leader was pining for Charles, our
Yes, he
manservant.
was. Yes, your manservant, one of five men servants. Yeah, and you guys are doing some great work with the civilians, helping them out, discouraging the hell out of them, letting them know it's going to be a long time and they can't just go up and they need to sit there being hungry for a while, and that's nice.
True.
That's nice.
We did feed them though.
There
We did
was
feed
that.
them.
That was nice. Yeah. Well, okay. So, let's see. Did anything else of interest happen? You guys were hanging out with these lessers because let's be honest, you're Arbites, and that's great. That makes you better than civilians anyway. And then they're also floor 4 civilians, which is just gross. And it's kind of, they need to get it together. But, you know, they're still technically residents of your hive. Go ahead.
one of the hooligans was sort of hiding within the group, and
Oh yeah.
That's right.
and
There
he
was
sort
a
of
hole he was trying to get to.
Yeah, he was trying to make his way back to the pipes.
The pipes, yeah.
One of them that's hollow, anyway. Well, that's sus. But, whatever.
And then we knocked on it, and then the lights went out.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys
Or
went
no,
in.
there was a pop, and then yeah.
Yeah. Well, anything else of note to bring up again?
I got stabbed,
Oh, yeah.
We fixed it.
Right.
but we fixed
You,
it.
you developed a sudden sucking chest wound. Nice.
You
But
should
yeah.
see the other guy.
Yeah.
He's unconscious, right? He's in shock for sure.
Yes, he is unconscious.
The young maiden who he tried to Bowser stabbed him in the throat. Peach, take notes. And
Stacy offers that young maiden at least 2 hard candies.
I think that's the
Good job,
appropriate
girl.
response. Yeah. So you know. Yes, he did. Yes. So Johnson here brings up a good point. One of these fellas even was yelling something about the Emperor. That's weird.
Oh.
That's so weird. What a silly guy. But
Yeah, they told us not to use the Emperor's name in vain, which is interesting.
Yeah. Oh, now that's just silly. So, I think what we should probably do is jump into it. Now, I'm kind of torn. Because I want to bring up this and that right away, but I'm going to keep some things minimized because it might go in a different direction. That's not going to make sense until it happens. So I'll see everybody back at the monitor, and let's start talking about how you want to go. You're all hanging out. The emergency lights are on. You have some civilians corralled. There are a couple conscious, a couple unconscious, a dead hooligan, we'll call them. You have some moves in front of you. There's a pipe. That's amazing. Who doesn't love pipe? All right. See you over there at the... Yeah.
We all love pipe.
it's all pipes and hose down here.
Oh,
Holes and
yeah.
pipe. Wet hole and empty pipe.
yep. Who laid it? And who laid it best? We need to have a chat with them.
Yeah.
All right. What's going on? Who wants to do what? With whom?
Honestly, Cece is going to try and be away from the civilians as she's gingerly wiping human remains off of Muffin's muzzle. So, are we just gonna leave the dude connected to all of our equipment, or are we gonna do something about that?
I mean, should we bring him with us?
But didn't he spit on Nini? Is he chill? Is he calmed down? Is he good?
I don't know. I feel like every time I tried to talk to him, he just called me a heretic. So, I could try again.
Maybe let's have somebody try who wasn't already called a heretic. What are the boys doing? Boys!
If you guys look over, Doa's actually offering Jer an IO stick with his one free hand and kind of sits near him. Does that calm you down a little bit, son? You feeling a little better? Can we just talk, me and you, a little bit?
Roll fellowship.
Five, no shot. 5.
The walls are far
Nice.
apart. It's a very large tunnel that's been bored here. But in this kind of lackadaisical setting where there isn't anything urgent happening, we can assume distances are closed quickly. Or at least in a time that we don't need to fuss about. But you rolled a what? A 5?
A 5. Crispy 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. That's with the poem from last time. Jer's more than warming up to you. He takes a drag. what do you want with me? Still putting up a front, but less aggressive. There's less acid in the tone.
You single.
What are you doing later?
Did that poem do anything else for you? No. No.
We'll roll if you want to say it.
Do it.
No.
No.
Don't tempt me.
So, all I really need to know is why you're sticking them up and holding them down, how you got here, and that's really just it. That's really all we need to know right now.
Jer takes another drag, exhales. It's only a matter of time. We don't have... He kind of realizes he's talking before, or after the words have already kind of leaked out. Well, it won't matter soon. He takes another drag, exhales with a huff. It won't matter soon.
That's a little foreboding, Jer. I mean, maybe we can pool our resources to an extent to prevent this from not mattering, if you catch my drift.
Okay, you're going to have to roll another fellowship.
All right.
You stole your roll, you got a 6.
Oof, 23.
Jer clams up, puts a cigarette out on the ground. Hey, he didn't put it out on you, you know? That's nice. But his body posture is changing. He's appearing to be a little more defensive, as much as one can be, with his hand shackled to the lift.
Well, if you don't want to help me, I can't help you from what the rest of them are going to want to do. So if that's how this is going to end, I'm sorry, Jerry. I'm here trying to help you, but
He's silently
all right,
glaring at you,
he starts
staring
to
back.
Gets to a full stand, full posture, stretches a little bit.
Thrusting a little bit in his face.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sorry about that. It gets out of hand sometimes, and he walks out of the elevator back towards the group.
So the lift, an enormous structure. He's chained at the back of it. It's still 20 meters each direction that you walk across. And none of this conversation could be heard. And the conversation that's going on away from the lift, also inaudible. So you can be saying whatever you need to, and if you do decide to go back to Jer for further interrogation, it's something that you don't need to worry about contamination of hearing. He's not capable of that kind of a test. But I do want to step in. Do you want to, everyone want to make a bit of a prayer to the Emperor today?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
What do we need? Like
Just a 1.
A 1.
7 or lower, right? Like a
A
7?
1 or a 2, and if you roll a 2, you can, it's not great, but you can restore a fate point.
Oh, I got 7.
Damn.
How about a 99? We call it even.
Wow. Well, there's no
64.
curse, so a 64?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no.
47.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Oh! Sucks. Sarah, how'd you do?
I got a 25.
Okay. Well, it's okay. It's a one-off. It's just an added thing that we do just to restore fate points in a way that I think is a little exciting. And if you pray hard enough, you're pious enough that maybe the Emperor will grant you your wish. But today, unfortunately, the prayers were unheard. So we have our captive in the elevator. What else is going on?
Charles.
Yeah, you do. The NPC.
Charles and Plasma Pistol. PP, as he should be known.
Charles and PP. Oh no.
Nyla waves Charles over.
Mm-hmm.
Charles, come here.
Of course, he obediently hustles over like a Les Schwab employee.
Yeah. And so Nyla lowers her voice so Plasma Pistol guy can't hear because he's just chilling. He's handcuffed.
To clarify, by the way, that wasn't a bash against Les Schwab employees. That was just because they're always confidently jogging to where they want to go. That was the image in my mind. Just to be clear.
Well, now that's the image in my mind.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Right, and
Thank you for the clarification.
She lowers her voice to Charles, and she's like, Charles. Okay, so like, great job. That guy looks like he's super open to talking to you, which is great. Because we need to do some interrogation because his friend sucks, and we've like shot the rest of them. So we're gonna write down some questions that we would like you to ask him, and we're gonna sit here and listen to his answers, and hopefully he will be cool about it. Can you do that?
Saluting. Charles jogs back.
Great. Now we just have to write down some questions because
He left out the questions. So.
I don't know if Charles will remember otherwise.
He's very, very
He fully walked
single-minded.
away.
Yeah.
He fully no questions.
Okay. So we want to know who they are.
If
But,
you could
like,
write down
okay.
those questions, that would be great. Are you pistol this time, Pilar?
No. Oh, I forgot to change it. No, I am Zuri.
Okay, so
Also,
sorry.
just for
Yep.
fun, we should probably, because he's already swimming, obviously, because Charles is great, we should maybe, like, do our best to phrase it in some sort of, like, a meet cutie, better getting to know you 20 questions situation.
I think
Sorry,
that's
can
a
you
great
write
idea.
that?
Yes, absolutely.
My handwriting is trash.
Mine is amazing, but I also just want to give you something to do. I'm a giver.
Wait, you're so nice, Cece. Thanks.
I know.
Nobody has ever said to Cece ever.
Charles walks over with PP, as you guys are calling him, right? In tow.
Yes.
That's what
God.
Nyla's calling him.
And Charles has brought PP, who's cuffed, over to you. Charles says, with a spurt, I told him to answer your questions. He said okay.
Oh, okay,
Oh my
great.
god, Charles, you're amazing.
Thanks.
And also, you're like so buff today. What's your secret?
Fighting.
That's so cool.
Yep.
Don't you agree, PP? Isn't he buff?
Now, PP is keeping eye contact with Charles. And just kind of speaking to you out of the corner of his mouth, just kind of tilting his head so the words float toward you while he gazes at his source of adoration. He just, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, like, what's your name?
Oh, my name is PP.
Right, of course.
Right, I should have known that. I named
What?
you.
What's the name of your group of friends?
They all
Right?
have their own name. None of them are as good as Charles.
That's so
Right.
true. That's so true and so fair. So I know that Charles is really great with people. I know that you're also probably really great with people. How big is your group? How many people can Charles get to know?
Well, the group we have here, we were just sent to collect the ones washed down. Are those, is that flecks of orange in his eyes? You know,
It
Definitely.
so is. Look closer.
it's
Definitely
incredible.
flecks of
You think
orange.
that
Yeah.
with the red lighting
Charles,
it
lean
would set
in
it
so he
off?
can see.
Wow. How does
I
he...
hate it here.
The Emperor has blessed us with the handcrafting of, well, it's hard to say his name.
Okay.
Uh,
So, have you all been... God. I don't know how to phrase this question.
did you make the hive flood?
I didn't do anything, but it's good that the
Did
hive
your-
floods.
Why is it good that the hive floods?
I don't know.
Who told you that it's good that the hive floods?
Mm. He doesn't seem to understand.
We've noticed a lot of missing equipment with missing pieces. Have you all been taking that? Because I don't see anybody else around here.
It's ours to take, isn't it?
It sure is. I agree.
You just want it for yourselves.
Fun fact, I don't actually want it at all. Sharing is caring.
Now, just to make sure, you are a tech priest, is that right?
I am a tech priest,
Okay.
that is correct.
I fly.
You're lying through your
Yeah, it
metal
just
mouth.
seems like that's a lie. So I just wanted to make sure I was understanding. I was like, wait, am I wrong? No, check. Okay, cool.
No, she is absolutely. You've basically left a bunch of corpses in front of Cece, and she's fuming. But
Oh, and just disemboweled, and just the Omnissiah is not pleased.
yeah, but she is an officer of the law, and she's trying very hard, and she knows that she's keeping it focused.
Eni pats Cece's arm, and she's like, "It's okay, girl."
I mean, it's fine. It's not like I could. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. I said it's fine, so it's fine.
So is the hive going to flood again?
Yes.
Is it good that the hive floods because it washes out all the heretics, or do you just need it for like water?
No, we have water. We don't
Oh, fine.
need. No.
Y'all having any luck with this motherfucker right here?
Oh my god.
His name is Pepe. Pepe,
Pay
do you
pay pay?
know
You said
where
pay
the-
pay pay?
yeah, hold on.
Wait, that
Hold
is
on.
correct.
Pay pay
Stop.
pay.
Pepe, do you know where the controls are so we can like really get in on this?
I do.
Oh my god. Would you be able to show Charles where it is? Because he's like super interested in how that works.
I want to show Charles. I want to show Charles everything so Charles and I can. But I can't. They won't let me.
Who won't let you?
He actually breaks eye contact with Charles for a second. Roll fellowship.
Oh, I'm at 83. Nyla, come on.
Use a fate point. Do it.
What'd you roll?
Yeah, at 83.
You gonna do it?
I'm gonna use a fate point.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, 14.
Nice.
Charles, the object of his affection, almost seems to be pulling Peepee's eyes back to him. But he resists long enough to say the silent ones. And then drifts back to Charles, staring. The same vexation that he held a moment ago.
Do the servo stalls contain an internal database of information at all?
They have a rudimentary database, yes.
Do they have any reference to the silent ones?
Nope.
Beans.
No.
Just checking. And also to reminder, we have them. There are 2 of them. They exist.
Oh yeah, they're there. They just haven't been put to a lot of use yet. One thing they can do is just project light out of their eyes because 40k. And so if you want to use them as an extra source of light, just one that might be meta information that maybe you guys weren't applying, or maybe you were passively. Just want to put it out there. That's
I
something.
was fully unaware of this information.
There you
CC
go.
is
Same.
making shadow puppets.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yay.
Okay.
Do you think that the silent ones? I mean, I know they're silent, but like, do you think we could mime to them? Are they open for business?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna save you some struggle. He just rolled a nat 1 in resisting you. So
Okay.
What a dick!
I'm gonna
He's
go
too
ahead
busy staring deeply into Charles's eyes.
and tell you from a meta perspective, that's not happening. From the actual in-game perspective, it almost seems as though this sense of knowledge and sense of self that PP has is being so fully consumed by this new-found adoration that it's almost pulling memory from him. His understanding from everything to know how to walk, to know how to chew, is being depleted by his single-mindedness in adoring Charles.
Charles,
There's-
you are too hot. This is
They're
not
so
what-
cute. This is so cute. Honestly, adorable.
Charles is staring back, and they're locking eyes, and that's where that is.
Cool.
How many? Is everybody else dead? Not the civilians, but like the other guys. It's just the guy in the elevator and just PP.
Yeah, they're either unconscious or in shock. They're either unconscious or dead. One is dead, two are unconscious, anchor to the face, and throat stab. And then there's one that will be dead that is currently unconscious, that is bleeding out in the brain space.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's not
So we
good.
only got two
Charles-
talkies.
I need you to get this guy to show us where his friends live before he collapses and his brain turns to jelly.
Charles and PP.
Romantic
Oh,
lock!
What the fuck?
I have to tell you, this might be a bad omen. I rolled my second nat 1 in resisting it. Nat
Damn.
1. There's no point in lying about it. I just, I don't know what the
Get
odds
it out
of
of your
that are.
system.
I like kicks PP. She's like, ah, damn it!
Oh, they're cute. They're spinning.
No luck with this one either, huh?
Ah, his brain's pudding because he's in love with Charles. Wait, did Charles pass out too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Charles fell asleep.
Why?
I
Why
don't
did-
know.
Wasn't Charles shot earlier? Like, let's give him some
He was
grace.
okay,
winged,
I
yeah.
just wanted-
Yeah, winged.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that there was a reason and not like we're about to all asphyxiate.
Mm.
The
Or
civilians
something.
would asphyxiate first. They have weak lungs. Anyway, so we got some like unconscious people here, and clearly these guys want to flood the hive and destroy our way of life, and they've already clearly fucked up floor 4. So they're guilty. And Nyla pulls out her, what does she have with her today? Her knife, because she's not going to waste her shotgun on them. And goes over to the unconscious guys and goes, "You're guilty, proclaimed, we're done here." And begins executing them.
Nala, I need it!
What? They're guilty!
So you killed one
Where?
already?
I worked really hard on that.
I know you did, but we should really focus on Charles right now. These guys cannot be left alive. They will cause trouble or let their friends know.
Whatever. It's fine.
All right, I'll go handle Jer.
I want to
Thank you.
snap his neck.
So, okay. So, just to make sure, all the hooligans, again, as we're referring to them generally, around the civilians, again, as we're calling them generally, are being executed summarily, and Dua is headed back to Jer on the elevator.
That's right.
All right.
That's what Nini's doing.
I'd
You
like
wanna
to
stop her, now's the time.
I'd like to attempt to distract the civilians a little bit, so that way they don't have to like watch people be murdered.
Effie, help me with this corpse. Grab their feet. Help me lift. There's a bunch in the back. We'll just toss them over there.
But I want to stab too.
Oh my god! I'm gonna say be praised. At least search their pockets. And I just start dragging bodies back.
Okay. I'd like to sing a song for the civilians, so that way they're, a little bit, not paying attention to the gory things that are happening around them.
Newly cleaned up Muffin starts balancing on his hind legs and doing little dances. Little dog dances.
Roll a fellowship for me, both of you.
Okay.
Please, Muffin, you're adorable. I need this. An 18?
Very good.
Fuck me.
Muffin actually finds a little bit
65.
of she finds a helmet on the ground and starts balancing on it. It's all the more a spectacle. What do you say?
I said 65.
65. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the children watching this is like, wow. Oh, I want to be an Arbites when I grow up. Look at this.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
They're executing the heathens. Oh. Wow. And they're singing about it. Oh. And then like one of the other kids says, oh, thank you, Arbites. And they're waving at you from about 10 meters away.
Nyla's like,
Well-
you're welcome. We're committed to keeping you safe. As she summarily executes the other guy.
You plunge a knife into one of them. One of the middle-aged guys goes, yeah! Just from the group, it's dark, you can't really point somebody out, but you just see a random, a holler coming.
Sensing the turn tide of the general consensus of the people with Muffin's beautiful dog dancing. Cece just goes, place your bets on how far I can throw this corpse. I have a strength of 50.
Nobody has anything to.
What's up,
Nobody
Effie?
has anything to bet.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I don't
just
think-
guess your range. I
don't
think
think
a
Cece would
solid
care.
4 meters.
Well, hold on. The kids want to join in. Mayhaps they can stab one too.
Oh no.
No.
Roll fellowship.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
Roll
fine.
fellowship.
That's totally fine to give kids blades. The flesh is weak.
Now we're playing 40k. Okay.
81.
81.
Use your
Okay. So go ahead, give the pitch to the kids.
Come here, little children. Let's
Jesus.
stab.
One of the children thinks you mean to stab them and begins crying. One of the other kids, so excited at the prospect, he was the first one.
Again,
He jumps to his feet and trips over the helmet that Muffin was on and falls on his face. He's scuffed and he's not missing any teeth, but his nose might be broken. He's crying too.
is it the child that was excited and said thanks, Arbites, the one that desperately needs
Yes.
therapy?
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there, so two of the kids who were super into it are not as into it at the moment.
Corpse pile.
So you guys are piling the corpses. What's going on
They
with you and
said
Jared?
that that's where they were
Yeah.
burying them.
Well, as soon as Doa gets to the door, he looks at Jer, and then all the carnage starts to break out behind him. But he looks at Jer. He pulls out his auto pistol, and he speaks to him, and he says, "Jer, I gave the heads up about them, and this is gonna be your last chance. All right." And he starts walking over, slow pace. Gives him a
Jared
chance
looks
to
worried.
think.
Go ahead and give me a fellowship.
29.
beats an 89. So, he looks worried enough you feel like you can get in.
Oh.
Nice.
Tell
Make him
us,
help us. Make him show us.
are there more of you? Where are they? And you might live.
Staring
He
at
gets
you.
close enough. He puts his foot on his free hand so that he can't move it.
Wincing, but not making any noise, Jer looks over at the group, and the barely lit in the red light wanton slaughter of the remaining people. The fascination with that and the kind of like, wow. He looks surprised and scared. Yeah, there are more of us. Deeper. Yeah, you know what? I hope you go down. I hope that you see the rest of us. And he leans into your gun.
You want one more poem, boy, before you part?
He's not speaking.
tell
He
you
just
anyway.
leans his forehead into your last pistol.
I came to town to search for gold. I mean kelp. And I brought me a memory. And I seem to hear the night wind cry. He fires into his chest. Go hang your dreams on the hanging tree. Your dreams of love that could never be. Hang your faded dreams on the hanging tree. Releases his hand from his foot.
He doesn't move his hand. He says, well, go ahead and give me one more fellowship before I tell you what he says.
All right. 4.
Nice.
Ah,
41.
4.
So, he says, tell him Family Jer. Tell him Family Jer sees you as a guest. And he leans into the barrel.
I'll give him my greatest of sympathies. Pulls the trigger.
Okay. Jer's gone. Okay. So, you are with kind of a
What
chained
exactly did he
body
say?
to the... Huh?
What exactly did he say? He said Family Jer sees you
As
As
a
As a
Yes.
guest.
as a guest. Okay. Cool.
And
So, does anyone else think that because all this open flame is here, we're cool to use the grenades we brought? Because I could just shove a couple in my purse.
I perk up. Grenade.
Well, yeah, the problem was we couldn't use a lot of flames and stuff, but like, look. And she just points to the wall. So are we like clear, or is it going to be worse? We did bring them.
We do have that seismic charge, too.
What about that tank? Can't we just bring that down there? Isn't that?
What tank? What? Did I miss a tank?
yeah, Hubert.
Whatever. I think Effie.
We turned
was,
Hubert in.
An expert crack
Yeah, we
pilot
did.
of it earlier.
We gave Hubert away.
Oh, that's right.
Effie's-
Because I believe while you all were in the pipes, I was busy putting bodies back together that were summarily got executed.
True. True.
Well, we don't know how many, but he did tell me that there's a good bunch of them down there if we keep going down. So I don't know what y'all want to do with that little bit of information. It's about all I could get out of our friend Jer. He also said Family Jer sees you as a guest, and
So he goes by his last name? Weird.
yeah, I guess so. He said his name was Jer, but then Family Jer. Maybe there's just a bunch of Jers, you know.
Or maybe the Jer is the cult.
Maybe his name was Jer.
Oh,
Maybe.
awful. Awful and I hate it.
They all have
Jer,
names of-
Susan.
Yeah.
Well, your name is Cece.
It's actually Cecilia, but very close. New information loading.
So I don't know what y'all want to do with that information. What do y'all think?
Well, it does terribly upset me to have just a bunch of fleshies explode all over my beautiful dress. But you know, heretics.
Everyone
And it
roll
gives us information
perception.
about who fled. Who is rolling perception?
Everyone.
43.
A 31.
14.
So I have. No, I
27.
have regular awareness. Damn.
Oh, I have heightened sense of sight.
Right.
I forgot because I'm playing a different character.
64.
0
Again.
8.
08.
Yes.
Okay. So, we have the children again, who are getting the real brunt of this, and Effie, who are able to hear it's like a hum. It starts, again, kind of like a static feeling. It's like a sensation that you can almost hear. It's nearly perceptible. And it increases in volume and intensity until the static is not only present, it's interfering with the rest. Almost like tinnitus, but scratchier. It's growing in pitch. You can still hear other things, but over the course of 5 minutes, a twinge that you felt, do I hear that? Do I not? Do I hear that? The moment that you feel, Effie, an increase in that volume, the children begin to become fussy.
Does anyone else hear that unbearable sound? I think the children
Nah.
sense it.
No.
Oh, what?
Okay.
You aren't you part machine? Can't you hear it?
One of those things is true. I am part machine, but no, I cannot hear it.
Man, Effie's making stuff up again, guys. I think we should just ignore him.
Wow.
Well,
Very
what's the
pointed.
movie, gang?
Well,
I'm kidding.
Are the
That one
servo
guy
skulls picking up
wanted
anything?
to go down that pipe. We could try to take the elevator down further.
That's true.
Gotta be prepped for a fight as soon as those doors open. How
Also,
far?
maybe let's take the corpse out of the Great Lift, maybe?
Yes, definitely.
Is there
I
like
have a question.
Go ahead.
Is this like a room that has the pipe that goes down and then the elevator? Or does this continue on deeper somewhere?
So this structure here, this very, very large room that you're in, is a large tunnel. This is one of the stops that you arrived at with your Great Lift access. As you moved down, this appears to have been worthy of a stop, so to speak. You have arrived, and it is a bored tunnel that keeps going back. There are large pipes, 3 of them, along the right wall that move into the darkness ahead of you because you can't see very well any longer. Into the darkness ahead of you, and then back toward the Great Lift shaft, and then descending deeper into the Great Lift shaft.
Okay, I'm trying to decide if we should take the civilians with us because the lift is big enough, or leave them some provisions and tell them to hold tight.
Well, I mean, if it's gonna be a bunch of friggin' cultists, then...
Yeah. I don't think we want to bring them further into the hands of the cultists.
we could
Yeah, but
use
they're-
them as bait.
Vulnerable here.
Pretty
That's
good
true.
meat shields. I'm kidding again.
I don't know if you are.
Not in
Oh.
front of the children.
Effie wouldn't kid.
Effie, the volume
Effie says
on the
load them
static
into Hubert.
is becoming louder, it's hitting harder to focus on anything. You're going to take a -5 to any tests. The children are being unsuccessfully comforted by parental figures in the group.
You really can't hear that.
No.
No. What are you hearing?
I don't know. It sounds like a hum.
It doesn't sound like this. I just open my mouth and start screeching out secret tongue.
I don't know. Does it?
No. It does not sound
No.
like secret tongue.
It's not the dial-up noise.
Not quite.
Screech.
Tech priests have a move called Vox Screech that would do damage to the group. Is that what you want to do?
Nope. I'm specifically not doing feedback screech.
I'm just trying to make sure we have all options in front of you.
Okay, so then the good news is it's not talking to you. At least in any meaningful way that I can translate. Whatever it is you're hearing. Maybe you're just going crazy. Would you like a hard candy?
Do you have any gum? Maybe I could stick them in my ear.
No, unfortunately, no gum. Just hard candies. I have, like, menstrual products. Do you want to stick tampons in your ears?
Ready for bloody noses?
Oh, yes, yes, I shall.
Cece just hands you 2 tampons.
There's a loud pop. Everyone is able to hear it. It echoes from a source. You're not sure where, but it echoes down the great lift, up the great lift, down the corridor you're standing in, and it seems to resonate in your hollow organs. There's a couple gasps, one scream, and the children start crying outright. And
Oh my god, my hollow organs.
I was
the
about to say the same thing.
buzzing stops.
Oh, much better. Thank you, Cece. That was quite helpful.
I try. And
What
she just
was
like,
that?
yeah, that was the second part. Also, what the fuck was that? Hey, lift or overarching mechanical structure, you good, hun? I'm gonna like, I don't know, check in on the lift, make sure
Check
it's
in on it.
mechanically sound
See
at
if there's
least.
any status changes. No status
Yeah.
changes. No even use for a tech use. It's going to be out there on the readouts. This kind of thing is displayed. Elevators are important. You want to make sure you have all info right there. Are you going to be doing anything else with the elevator?
So, are we taking the lift down, or are we trying to scrounge through these pipes like little scrunkles?
I don't want to potentially get lost.
One at a time seems pretty rare. I think we should have all guns entering at the same moment.
Okay, well,
Let's
if
go
we're
on the lift.
taking the lift, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the automatic doors. One moment, please.
Nyla
And-
wants to leave one of our lights, because we brought a couple, with the civilians and some more ration bars and water.
You think there's any way we could contact this group that might be below us before we actually go
Well, did your
guns
Jairus friend have
a-blazing?
like a Vox or something? Like a calling card? I know I said search the pockets, but I was kind of busy just like ring around the resi checking corpses. Did anyone look?
No.
Did Lundo
I have a plus
do
10
us see
to
anything?
search. Can I search the corpses for a couple minutes?
Absolutely. Roll perception.
That's a 19, and I've got a plus
So
10,
9.
so it's a 9.
You find nothing, save the extra 5 rounds for the unstable plasma pistol that you have.
Ooh, unstable.
Who has the plasma pistol?
I thought it was you.
I think.
Oh, I do have
'cause-
it.
Yeah, I was about to say Zuri disarmed and kicked it towards you.
Yeah.
That's true. Plus 5 rounds. Okay, I'm not spec'd into that, so I'm gonna keep it in my back pocket. If someone is spec'd into plasma, I'd be happy to hand it over.
I am not spec'd into plasma.
Not either.
I think our biteys get it soon.
Same. I still have that needle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Nyla didn't find anything. She's like, well, Pepe had some extra stuff here, and also Pepe is dead because we executed him.
Mhm.
What about Charles?
Is Charles
I think
alive?
he needs a nap.
I
Charles,
gently
we'll
shake
just-
Charles.
We'll
Charles,
just drag him.
Charles, wake up.
He does not.
Okay, so Charles is a trained ADF agent. Since he is taking a nap, I vote we leave him with these civilians as protection.
I agree.
And then she goes over to the civilians. Civilians, gather around.
They begin to stand up and kind of walk over toward you as a mass. Low whispers are heard.
So, here's the thing. We can't go back up yet. So we have to go down and figure out how to, get all of this shit working so we can get you back up to floor 3 and reunite you with your families.
Floor 4, Nini.
But we gotta go up to floor 3 because that's where all of the refugees currently are. But we also have to drain floor 4. It's a whole thing. We're trying to help you. So, unfortunately, we can't take you with us because these guys are super dangerous and we don't want you to get hurt. So, I've left you a light and we have some rations so you don't have to eat that weird seaweed because that's not like the good stuff. And Charles, she gently nudges him with her foot. Right here, he's taking a nap, but he's going to protect you. He is a trained PDF agent.
Charles is in charge.
Charles is in
is
charge.
in charge.
Yeah.
Hate everything.
Of our days, our lives, our wrongs, our rights. Charles is in charge. Charles is in charge.
He is a very good man,
And
as
I
you
say,
saw earlier.
I want Charles in charge of me. I hate it here.
And once we've drained the floor, we can take the lift back up properly, and we will stop here and get you. Any questions?
Is he okay? Gesturing at Charles. It was the older gentleman that he spoke with earlier. Is he gonna be okay?
Just madly in love. He'll be fine.
Cece is a trained Medicaid agent, and so she has taken a look at him, and he is fine. He just needs a nap. He had a very, very intense stare-off with that other man, and it made him very tired. But he will protect you with his life once he's awake.
What if they come back before he wakes up?
Oh, they'll be
Then
all
you
dead.
can take his gun and shoot them.
Oh.
Also, we're going down in this lift, and we will be announcing our presence as our biddies and kicking their heretical bitch asses. So they won't have time to come up here and bother you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You just need to hold tight for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Perhaps we
Also,
should
you're
give
like totally a mob. So if anybody comes who isn't in our body and it's like one person at a time, just mob them.
we should leave them a safe word so they don't shoot us. When we come
I'm trying to
back.
see if I have knives. Hold on. I could just give them a knife.
Well, they got shotguns laying all around them from the ones that are.
We didn't take those weapons.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're just here. Here. You can also just totally take their weapons. We're taking this unstable plasma pistol because it's obviously
because it's
super
unstable,
dangerous.
and we don't want you to hurt yourselves.
But these solid projectile shotguns? Those are for you! Fun little gift.
Your words are inspiring. They hear them and, all of a sudden kind of filled with a little bit more confidence. That's right. They kind of feel around in the dark and move over to the body, kind of retract immediately because they touched gore.
You're
More
fine. The
delicately
flesh is weak,
opening
get over it.
vests and pulling things out. They
set
pull
up
out some
their,
shells and a shotgun.
Yeah, I've set up the
yeah.
light so they've got a light to kind of hang out in so they don't have to sit in the dark.
All right.
I'd like to make sure that the two little children find a knife of their own.
No, the children.
Absolutely.
Look, it's good
Do you
that
have
they
one to
learn
give them, or
to
did you want to pull one off a body? Did you want to do a search for that?
Yeah, just pull one off the bodies.
Okay. So, we can just say there was probably a small boot knife, something Swiss Army style. Yeah, absolutely. Not really worth mentioning in the search that we had done at the larger level, but yeah, definitely. You hand them the little knife and they're kind of tugging back and forth over it, just fighting over who gets it, retching it back and forth, a sharp knife. They're having the time of their life.
I cannot wait to eventually replace one of their terribly ripped off body parts as a result of their own hubris with metal.
They're gonna make great
CC said-
arborvitaes someday.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the group a little more reassured. Charles still out. You guys going down?
Yep.
Yep.
You guys think we should see if we can get some kind of cover built inside the door, just in case
Don't
one
we
of the
just
doors is
have a-
blasting?
Bunch of junk. Like so much junk. We have like a generator, we have lights, we have this whole skateboard thing. We have so much junk.
Yeah, we can stack some stuff like with
Maybe
these bodies
put
too. We got some bodies.
Grenades, like in the back corner, in case there's a shootout. I don't want to explode.
I'm putting
Yes.
some in my purse.
Easy enough to get out in case of something like that. That's true.
If
So,
you're
just
scared,
to
you can
clarify,
stand behind me.
You guys had all of your gear, for the most part, on the little trailer hitch business that Effie was riding in. Most of you
Yeah.
guys are just kind of standing there on what is effectively a flat surface with a railing and a bench for sitting on both sides. So, as far as cover goes, you wouldn't receive any kind of a bonus as is. Except for Effie, who could hide behind the lights and generators in the back.
No,
So
no.
grenades go in the back. We're
Yep.
keeping the seismic charges with us, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be the cover.
Oh.
Stand
I think that
behind
is
me.
very noble, but I think we should probably try to make something.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Do
I
it.
just leaded to
Dallas, what do you
Zuri.
think?
I
Yeah.
just leaded to Zuri. I'm like, when did Effie get hot? What is happening here?
If only we had Hubert.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. It's gone.
Yep.
It's
No.
gone.
Well, what we could do
So-
is we could get Jer over there, and I know he's dead, but we can kind of prop him up and pretend he's a puppet and get him to talk.
Weekend at
I-
Bernie's, yeah.
That might
You
buy
did
us enough time to shoot them. That is
Also,
genius.
you like did the responsible thing and like shot him in the chest, right? So his face was unmarred. That's right. So we could properly use him and just like put a shirt on him.
Well, yeah. At first, I shot him in the chest, and then he didn't really die. So he really wanted it in the head, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll shoot you in the head.
Do it.
Oh.
Do it.
So maybe the puppet thing could work better because you can kind of get your hand in the skull now. So
Oh.
Genius.
Good.
Hello. My God.
uh-huh.
Wow. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't know about that plan anymore.
I mean, it's here, so we might. I don't. That's up to y'all. I am
Everyone roll
fine with
perception.
not using a weekend at Bernie's corpse.
Rolling perception.
Perception.
Nah, a six.
6.
Ooh. Oh, I was
4.
gonna say I got a
4.
20. So I was excited.
Should still
Four.
be good.
And by the way, Effie, you don't need to roll because you are going to hear it. So we have
Okay.
right now Nyla and who rolled the 4?
Yeah, let's.
Oh, okay, yes. So yeah,
Oh my
the two of you. Who else rolled what?
I got a
C-
43.
Yeah,
77.
DC got a 20.
Okay, CC is going to be in hearing it. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Pilar. What was that?
43.
43. Nothing yet.
Yeah.
But the same static, a familiar tone, call it, disturbance, begins to build up for Effie. This time, though, it starts with those who rolled in ways that I addressed. You see that a larger percentage of the group is able to hear what appears to be this disturbing tone. The children, of course, affected. Most of the adults now also seem to be kind of fidgeting in place. There's something disturbing them, and it kicked in those of you who can hear it. The same time you began to hear it, so it is not a leap to assume that's what they're experiencing as well.
I burned some sage.
Are there like sound weapons other than like the seismic charges that exist in the world? I guess like a general intelligence check or something.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay, I'm not the best one to be doing this, but I do say that out loud. Are there like sonic weapons or what is this? What's going on? 23.
23?
20, yeah, 23.
You can piece together that you have seismic charges which use sound. It could be this is something like that, but you don't have any definitive or objective information.
Cece, could you perhaps do what you did last time? My ears are doing it again.
How did you already go through 2 tampons? What is happening?
Well, I put them out when they worked.
You put them out?
Did
What?
You throw
Okay.
them away?
I don't think tampons are going to help. Nini is praying to the God Emperor right now, and she's like, I think we need to hurry up.
Cece wants to pray to random machine spirits, I guess? As long as this ain't machinery and shenaniganry?
Sure. So, what you guys are doing with that? You guys are just, you're summoning to...
I think Cece is like, omniscience praised. If there's any, like, machine spirits hanging out
Chanting
who are, like,
sage.
freaking out about anything,
So you
burning
guys
some
are-
sage a little bit.
Okay, cool. So you guys are just, muttering affirmations to the Emperor. I get that. We all do that. That's how I start my day. But, what else are we gonna do? That's obviously
I think
happening.
Can we
Cece's going
go?
full ghost hunters of, like, if you're a machine spirit and you want to get in contact with me,
Yeah.
please make a sign.
Well,
Like,
nobody's
kick Effie.
answering outright. But, to answer your question, Pilar, yeah, I mean, you guys can leave whenever you want.
No,
Let's
I was.
go.
This was Suri talking to her companions, like, because I don't hear anything.
No, you
so
don't.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
can we go, guys? Like, can we just?
Fine. But just know, if somebody is, like, strangling a forklift down there, they're going to get it first.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I'm just
So-
going to continue
Is
staring
that what
at
they call it
Cece.
these days?
Mm-hmm. So you
Fix
guys
me,
are
please.
getting on the great
Fix
lift.
me,
You going
please.
pipe side.
Great lift, down.
Yeah, we're taking the lift down.
Alrighty. Heading to the lift. You're in your transport with your trailer. Effie in the same position, I imagine.
No, I'm like as close as you can get to Cece because he's convinced that Cece fixed him last time and he wants to be fixed again.
I understand. I do. So you guys are all in the main transport, trailer in tow. You guys operate the lift to descend. Now, there are basically one stop after the next types of mobility here. Or, if you're looking, you can see that there are 200 sublevels. You can choose where it is that you're looking to go, or you can just go to the next stop.
Okay, so logically, all of the Jers had to make it to this little enclave on foot. So theoretically, we're not. Please don't make me have to go all the way to the bottom of this one. I'm going to scream. So what? Do we want to just go down one at a time? Do we want to just pick a number? There wouldn't happen to be just like a loose kind of hotel key with like the correct floor on it from any of the corpses?
Roll tech.
That is a joke. Check. Oh, so good. 28. My intelligence is a 60 with a plus 10 to tech.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So you do see that while there are 200 stops listed, you can see that they don't actually go to 200. There are 200 sublevels that are marked for potential stopping when this lift was installed and when the machinery was set up for the different stops. But they only go down to about 160. So that's fun. You can navigate to that. The lift doesn't seem... we'll just say this is something you're able to pick up. As you were able to descend further last time, it seemed more difficult for the lift. It was moving slower. There's nothing oiled on the tracks that allow for the lift to descend and ascend here. They haven't been used. It's all very new, so to speak. Everything is machined and just tight as a drum. So it's not as easy for the somewhat, we'll say it, a little worn in pieces of the lift to navigate up and down.
CC relays that info of like, yeah, we're going way further down than it's used to. Things are gonna struggle.
Well, then that might be the only entrance into wherever that dude was trying to go, down that pipe in the last room. That might be the only entrance if yeah, I don't know if it's having trouble going this far. This is probably the furthest it's gone in a minute, so that's my 2 cents.
As a note, the lift you're on, the transport, is too large to fit into the tubes.
Shocker.
I know. I know.
Okay, so she's straining real hard.
The sound is
we want to
increasing,
just say,
by the way. You'll suffer a -10
double
to each of your rolls.
Oh my god. You guys look bad.
rude.
It's his fault. I'm pointing at Cece.
About how much time?
She's a lady.
CC just turns around. Like, who?
About how much time has passed since we kind of started our plunge? Has it
Well, since you started,
5 hours, 6 hours?
I would say about 4 hours since you started.
4 hours, okay.
Things move quickly in combat, and a lot of these conversations that we're having with one and another are happening simultaneously. I would say roughly 4 hours since your initial descent.
Cool.
You're still pretty fresh. Although combat does fatigue, you have a lot of adrenaline still.
So the lift is struggling. Do we want to try this anyway, or did we want to go down the super scary mystery pipe that we know that people took on foot to get there? Mystery pipe?
It might
or
be
the
better
lift?
to do the pipe now because the lift will then be able to hopefully go back up.
Yeah.
I'm more
Okay,
worried
we should-
about us trying to do anything crazy with this awful sensation happening right now. I think at least seems a little more pressing. Because if we can't do anything, then why would we do anything? You know what I mean? Because this hurts. This hurts. What did you say something?
Sensation being you could only dodge so much of a grenade, you know? So let's just
There's a loud
just throw
pop.
a grenade.
Some of the lights go out overhead, decreasing the amount of red light bathing, and the sensation is gone. Again, you hear audibly, even those who were incapable of hearing the buzzing, echoing down the shaft, up and down the great lift, and you feel it in your gums, you feel it in your teeth.
Since we are in the lift, do we have an idea of a direction? Does it feel like it came from above us or below us?
Unfortunately, no. It seems to just be all-encompassing.
See, was that so hard, Cece? Just do it again next time.
Got it. I understand exactly what we're looking for.
Okay, well, now that that's over, I'm ready to kill something, so... Grenade in the pipe, is that what we were saying?
Grenade in the pipe!
Maybe seismics. I don't know. We don't want to cause a cave-in right from beneath.
Well,
beneath us.
let's just not willy-nilly throw grenades, obviously. Let's try and make contact, and if we can just shoot somebody, then we'll shoot somebody. Or if I can have Muffin bite somebody.
Can we send
She's
a
free.
servo?
Office
That worked
hours
really well before.
open.
What was that?
Servo with a message. Can we send like a servo with a message down the pipe or something? Maybe.
That was going to be my next question of, like, what does our reception look like for voxing?
What does it look like? What do you mean?
Are we able to
you
vox
able
to
to-
people
what's
like
your
the
range?
commissioners and stuff?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely you can. Yeah. You can effectively
CC's
think of it
just-
like a drone with a walkie-talkie. And a light las, and also a little cutter, and a little bit of a database. It certainly has a
try that.
history of who you are, the functions day-to-day of the hive, because if you send a servo skull out to, you know, the northeastern library of the Mechanicum on the 3rd floor, it needs to know where that is. And so it's going to have an elaborate layout of the hive, at least as it's been programmed. And
Wait, sorry. When we were in the previous relay chamber where we turned on the emergency lights and the servo skull popped into the empty piping to give me, like, the pathway of maps that it was going to, do we know that the mystery pipe these people came through goes further down, or is that like a straight across situation?
absolutely down.
Okay. Yeah, so he's
Down
going to be
far
like, oh,
enough,
also the
it
map.
wasn't able to map it.
And Caesar goes, oh yeah, also the servo skull mapping says that the pipe goes down, so we're not just going to be like walking straight into a wall. It goes far.
So we need some rope.
Or we could check and see if there's anything in there, because these pipes were made by someone at some point. So, golly gee, there might be pathways. Also, we have rope, don't we?
Hmm?
I think so.
Pipe.
Yeah.
Pipe.
All
You
right.
guys going pipe?
Pipe.
Alright.
Pipe it is. So, you guys head to the pipe. You all go to the exact same entrance that the 3 of you breached before to find nothing. You head in now, and as soon as you all, I'm assuming it is all of you, right? Alrighty. You do enter, and you are to roll perception.
Good job.
11.
9.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. I accidentally closed my dice thingy out. 87.
78.
Nice. What'd you roll, Pilar?
78.
78. Hell yeah. Not quite as good as the
I got it.
11 but our 2 bloodhounds up front are...
Yeah, I got a 21 with a plus 10 from heightened sight, so
Well, that's pretty good,
11
too.
functionally.
Yeah, that's you'll be good there. You're all suffering some disadvantages because of the almost completely obscured vision in here, but with rolls like that, you're going to be able to see some pretty similar stuff. So, the you'll have to forgive me. You was it Sarah and Debeck who picked up the infrared? Which one of you had that?
Yes. I had one.
I got infrared.
That's what I thought. So the 2 of you have infrared. You can also use those, and as I said, these are old world tech. They will supply and allow for a plus 20 in dark situations.
I also turn the servo's lights on, now that I know they exist.
I just opened my eyes bigger.
Sure, just kind of stretch.
Yes.
Like you're putting contacts in. Wonderful. So, what you find is boot prints. And in fact, with the incredible amount of perception we have here, especially with the enhanced vision coming from the great roll that we had from Nyla and the thermals she's using, or the infrared she's using, she can make out things, and Nua is going to be able to assist with another incredible roll there. We're going to be able to see that there are actually boot prints that match perfectly, that seem to be fresh, the group that you just encountered. And they all seem to be going one direction. And they almost completely obscure a smaller set of feet, which appear to be going with them that you didn't encounter. And those smaller footprints seem to be going
The
back
child cultist.
toward the pipe.
Fucking. Ugh.
So there was a set of footprints toward the hatch and then away from, almost completely obscured by the larger footprints of the individuals you've already apprehended and murdered.
Human? I ask Nyla specifically.
The answer is yes.
As far as I can tell, it's wearing boots.
Oh my god, child cultist.
It goes that way, and she points where those boot prints went.
The pipe goes
And then
back
she's like,
toward
"Is-
the Great Lift.
So they went towards the left, and then these other prints, which look like the guys that we just encountered, these are fresh, went this way. And then she points that direction.
And you're going to follow the prince? You're going to go away from the prince?
So should we follow this print? Because it's probably going to lead to the hatch that we saw with the civilians.
Neglected to mention a very important piece.
Ah,
The tracks are in wet mud.
they say you might want to pull your dress up.
Awful.
Anyway,
but-
this is super fresh.
So
Yeah,
you move
let's
to
go
descend toward
attack.
it? Okay. So you guys head down the pipe toward the lift. You arrive at a large bend in the pipe. You notice that the bend isn't exclusive. You see that it does bend to fit a major section of the pipe. But it goes up, it goes down, it goes forward into what could be some other drill site. You're really not sure. And there are directions to the sides as well. But there's a major pipe that goes down, and where this all comes together, there's a line of an almost floor, really, of scaffolding.
Can we tell which direction the footprints went?
Not when you reach the scaffolding. Unfortunately, the mud has seeped through it and you lose the trail.
And these were the smaller ones, right?
Yes. But all the footprints disappear, so.
Well, I think we can assume that our presence has probably been announced.
Knew I should have killed those kids.
It's
Too
not
late,
Too late.
but
We could go
You might
back.
get you might get another chance.
Okay, so you have the kind of scaffolding here. You have the pipe. It goes down, and using the rolls we had a moment ago, I don't feel like we need to keep doing it here. But you can see that there are handholds that have been kind of etched or marred, effectively, purposefully, and craftfully, with great skill, put into the actual pipe here. Almost using some common sense for maintenance purposes, it seems.
And that's for us to go further down or across the scaffolding?
Oh no, the scaffolding just goes all the way around the outside of the pipe. The
Got it.
handholds that are etched in allow you to ascend and descend in this pipe.
So, like, down we go, right?
So you said that it's going forward, down, up, and off to the sides. So 6 ways.
There are 4 directions at the same y-axis, and you can go up and down. So 6 total, including the one you just came from.
Gotcha. Servos away.
Where to?
You that with the fancy
forward.
glasses.
If we have 6 directions, then immediately forward, and then immediately to the left. So, just to, like, I don't know, 10 meters and then double back, see if anything worthwhile shows up.
Okay. Nothing very perceptible. We'll go ahead and roll some basic. It's like we'll do a tech use. We'll do a tech use. So that'll be pretty easy for you.
31, so 5 degrees of success.
So you aren't able to tell anything at all from those, except for the fact that there don't seem to be any footprints. They narrow significantly, and they also appear to be very, very filthy. Debris from kelp, debris from mud, and sludge, fresh, seem to be in those directions.
I don't think that way. The pipes get real annoying to traverse through, and these people didn't seem absolutely filthy. So they went through there, then they changed their clothes before assaulting a bunch of civilians.
Fair enough.
So, how would you like to proceed?
So that was forward and left, by the way.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And you have some directions here. You have unexplored to the right. You have explored behind
Up
you,
and
of
down
course.
and backwards.
And
Yeah.
there's up and down.
Thoughts, feelings, emotions, because I can just send another one to the right.
Yeah.
Scouting's
right.
always
That's
good.
Sensible.
Okay. So you're going to scout to the right with the other servo skull?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's able to report the exact same findings. And
Also filthy! Why is it gross down here?
yeah. And let's get a perception check from the two individuals who have yet to actually hear the sensation.
Okay. 57.
57?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing yet.
Ignorance is mandatory.
And who was our final holdout? Was that... Has everyone heard it yet? I thought it was going to be D-Beck. Or have you heard it?
I heard it.
Oh, okay.
As Nyla?
Yeah, she heard it last time.
Oh.
Yeah, so the only holdout is Zuri.
Well, excuse me. Okay. So, nothing yet. But the rest of you do hear that low hum, that staticky pitch. It's starting again. And we know what's ahead, behind, and to the sides. What's the move?
We're down.
Yep. Let's check
Yep.
down.
See
Are
that?
you-
Go.
You guys heading down or are you servo sculling down?
Can we head down and servo skull up?
Sure.
Let's do that.
All right. So you send servo skulls up and you head down. How far are you sending the skulls up?
Same distance, not more than like 30, 50 meters maybe.
Okay. So you find that over, we'll say 50 meters, there really isn't too much more to be seen. There isn't much that you didn't see in the other tubes. But because these aren't horizontal, it's a vertical tube, there are offshoots that come from it. There's more of that same grating you were standing on with each juncture. There are handholds in the wall which allow you to traverse up and down if you were doing maintenance or, as you're doing, just exploring tube. And you find the debris in the offshoots above you as well. Fresh mud, kelp, etc. And your group... Go ahead.
Somebody really needs to like come in and clean this place.
Mhm.
Honestly.
Your group is heading down, and you're all using those handholds barred into the wall?
Yep.
All of you except for D-Beck are moving at penalty, because you have... Oh, I'm sorry. D-Beck's
Except for me.
character in the future has the climbing, right?
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Excuse me. Who has climbing currently?
I do not have climbing.
I didn't think so.
I can tell you that right now.
Well, So all of you are moving at penalty without taking climbing. And the reason is because there is fresh mud kind of hanging in, and it's slick into
Interesting.
the handholds. And as you go down, you can continue. You will reach another set of junctures, and there is a small entrance to one side. You can see further down, though, there is an enormous door, huge door. And I do say door, because while this is a pipe, it does appear to be sealed.
I'm gonna
How they
knock
say-
on it.
Oh my god.
What's that?
I'd like to knock on it and see if anyone's home.
Knocking on the door. So I take it you guys descend to the second set of scaffolding
Yeah.
here, where you have the very, very, very large
Correct.
door. Okay. So there is a large door. Knocking doesn't do anything. In fact, your thuds don't appear to travel through the metal. It appears to be extraordinarily thick.
That probably hurt your knuckles pretty good, didn't it?
No, I'm very strong.
Let's do a perception check.
Wow, that's crazy. So am I. Oh, I see nothing. 71.
Hell yeah.
34.
34.
95.
95.
I also got a 95.
Oh my god.
God.
I got a 75.
75. Well, you guys collectively, only because of the... And do it, what'd you get?
It was a 34.
34. Okay, so Do It is able to see it. The rest of you, whatever. You can see
I
that,
see something.
that this large, large door... Did you all stop at the same place? This set of scaffolding with the huge, huge door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're sticking together.
Wanted to make sure. So you guys are here, and you can see the light glow under what is freshly caked mud and kelp of a terminal to
Freshly
the right
caked?
of the door. Freshly caked. This is all fresh. All this mud and kelp is fresh. And you can see that there's a terminal to the right of this pipe here. Or to the right of this,
Might be able to
this
open
door
this,
in the pipe.
this here door. CC, you want to check? You want to check into that? I think. Don't you like talk to machines? Aren't you? Not
I
good at that?
do, because I'm popular and they like me. Move.
Oh, sheesh. All right. I'll be pushing.
Tell me your secrets, tablet.
So you can see that there is a bulkhead here. It was a bulkhead put in place because during the initial digging, they tried to use las weaponry to bore out a lot of the organic substance they were mining for. They struck a large vein, and they couldn't, without damaging the structure around them, put out the fire. And so they secured a bulkhead here in this pumping system and in the corridor proper because they needed to seal it off. It's just going to continue burning, but it's only a simmer with no source of oxygen. So they had to put a bulkhead in the pipe and in the shaft proper to make sure that less air was getting to it, causing less structural damage to the tubing around.
So Cece clicks through, reads all that, and she goes, "Only an idiot would open this door. We shouldn't. We should go."
All right.
All right.
So, the static is getting increasingly louder. You're all suffering a -5. And can we get a perception check apart from that? Do keep in mind the -5. This is going to be a general perception. It won't be to any one of your senses.
So
All of us.
20.
28.
28.
I also have a 28, and I do not have a -5 because I hear nothing.
Correct. Correct.
12.
12. Okay.
50.
94, so 99.
Hell yeah. Nice. Well, there won't be a penalty to that. This is just going to be something felt. It's kind of a shuddering you can hear something turning on. You don't know what, but you hear it sounds like pieces are moving. Heavy pieces. And then you hear it get louder as it starts to come from seemingly another direction. The hum shakes the pipes. There's kind of a lurching sensation. Nothing big, but it is felt. And it seems to continue without interruption or variation.
What are you doing now, CC?
I'm literally not doing anything.
Whatever
Also,
you're doing, stop doing it. Come on, man.
I kind of want to do it more now,
Girl,
just
thing,
cause.
whatever.
Cece
I don't
isn't
wanna-
doing anything. This is some weird shit from below.
Who's turning shit on in
Stop
here? Cut
Yeah.
it out.
Charles?
And turn it off. It's probably
God.
not Charles. I'm sure he's fine.
Beautiful bluebird on my roof. I don't know who you are.
Okay. So you guys are hanging out with this door. Super fun.
I
Lots of
think we
mud.
need
Who
to
doesn't
go
love that?
further down.
Down,
agree.
down before it gets
Down
even
we go.
worse.
Okay. And you continue down. You're reaching fatigue levels here. Your adrenaline is wearing off from the fight. You are here descending further. You arrive at another juncture. And this juncture appears to be not the end of the pipe, but it does have a grate that covers the pipe completely. The pipe that you're in has had a kind of ring of scaffolding around the outside. You're seeing that it is covered completely. And you can see that caught in that pipe is quite a bit of kelp. It seems like it's almost reaching through the pipe, like it had been recently pushed or sucked partially through. Enormous stalks, milky, almost colorless stalks. It's kind of hard to see too much because, again, just scarce amounts of red light, but when the light does pass over it, you can see that bulbs of the kelp are pressed up against it, leaking. And you can see that this is just a tangled mess right here. And the sensation gets louder. You're suffering a -10, each of you except for Zuri, because of the buzzing, the low humming, the sound, the vibration that accompanied the lurch. Seemingly apart from that, still present, unchanged.
Is there pathways on this scaffolding level as well, or is it just hitting the bottom and kelp
Roll
party?
perception.
With a -10, don't mind if I do. Oh my god, that's an 8.
All right. Now remember, you're in a pipe. So you have an 8. Well, how about everybody else?
Oh, 31.
32.
75.
35. Okay.
22.
So you guys are seeing
81.
81. So you guys do see that there are two major directions here. There aren't even really directions that the pipe seems to move into the narrow passages you've seen previously. These seem to move 180 degrees, effectively forward and effectively backward. You can't see much except the emergency lighting in either direction, but they're pretty substantially sized tubes.
Servo scope.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Which,
Scout
One
when in
each.
doubt.
Yeah.
well, do we want to do one in each direction, or put one in one direction and walk the other way?
A large pop resonates through the pipe. You are not able
Which-
to resist the pain. I would like each of you to roll toughness, please.
Joke's on you, my toughness is so high.
Me as well.
Oh, 41.
41.
A 1!
You rolled a
Fuck
1.
this shit.
Yeah, so you're unscathed. It hurts, but it's something you can grit through. What'd you roll, Sarah?
A 41, which is a degree of failure.
Okay. And
4.
4?
Thanks.
You also wear it. Who rolled better than 10 besides D-Beck and Roland?
I rolled a 22, so that's a 32, I guess.
All right.
I rolled 34. That's 1 degree of failure for me.
All right. So you suffer one. Each of you who rolled higher than 10 suffers a wound, and you are unable to hear as well for the next hour.
Bummer.
And
I got a 90.
ooh,
So
well, luckily the
100.
threshold was pretty low, so you're not deaf, but this hurt. This really, really stung, and it probably you're gonna want to get your ears checked afterward. But here we are, and you were sending the servo skulls out. Is that right? The static has subsided. You're no longer receiving minuses.
Dumb. Stupid and dumb. Go. Fly, my pretties. Yeah, so 2 servo skulls, 1 in each direction.
Did you say bite my titties?
Fly, my
I think.
pretties.
Like the monkeys.
No, because we have hearing loss. So I was just kidding.
Oh, very well done. Very well done.
Flop
Yeah.
my titties.
You know? Whatever.
This
Follow your
really is shitty.
Yeah. The resonating hum that you heard actually seems to be present still, apart from that sound, that high-pitched buzzing. And are you moving in any one direction or just hanging out on the grate?
We should probably move, right? Because I'm tired of getting my ears blasted. Like, this is annoying.
Yeah,
I could
and
have sworn you said like 20 minutes ago that you're into that sort of thing, but okay.
I'm into lots of things. Anyway, I'm moving forward now, so I'm going
Yes.
to
let's do it.
send a servo skull behind me, 100 meters, both in twinsy tandem, and I'm just going to walk forward in the other direction. So the servo skulls are going behind, I am going forward.
Both servo skulls?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll agility for the servo skulls.
21.
21.
I don't know what their stats are.
We're just looking for a general move here. The servo skulls, very quick, agile, are able to detect before it arrives and move accordingly. A wall of water. It is coming from somewhere much, much, much deeper along the pipes. And the wall of water is not directly in their way, but they can feel the sensation. They feel it approaching. There is a pressurization in that tube that they're in that they're not able to appropriately sense because they're servo skulls. But if you, well, what would you like to do?
They have like a visual feedback thing, right? They can relay to me what they see.
Yes.
What they're seeing, guys.
They
Is
don't
it like
see
a
much.
waterfall? Okay,
No, it's not a waterfall.
cool. I just CC starts tromping forward, pauses, goes, "There's like a wall of water back there."
I'm glad we went this way.
Did you say Wonderwall?
I did.
Are you going to retract the servo skulls?
I am. I'm retracting them.
You're receiving a feedback error. They're unable to return.
No, gimme. CC immediately turns around.
Okay. So you turn around. Are you, just to make sure I'm understanding, are you on that grating in the between the two junctures?
I think she would have already started walking. This
Okay.
is- I would say before she gets to the grating. I just want to see if I have like eyes on them.
No eyes on them.
If moving closer
In
gives
fact,
me
as
any...
you approach, you see that piece of piping has been sealed off.
No, my children.
There's a terminal to the side of it, but there's not much more than like a data pad. It doesn't have a lot. You could just barely see the light through the grime. It's sealed. Would you like to
Oh my God,
approach
they're
the
gonna be
little pad? Would you like to turn around?
Cece's gonna turn around. It'd be like, they're gonna be so mad at me that I left servo skulls down here. They're gonna be so mad.
Well, so are you leaving
Also,
there?
apparently, so wait, so there's a door that fell. So would I know just tangentially? Is the big issue is the big door blocking like the Wi-Fi signal functionally?
It's not even the Wi-Fi signal. If they're communicating, hey, I can't get back, there's a door.
Oh God. Okay. Hey, does anyone want to help me get these servo skulls so I'm not by myself tromping over a kelp? Maybe, please.
You mean you lost one of your children?
I lost two.
Both?
You
Yes.
lost 2 of your children.
So you
I
guys are walking
did.
back across the grating. You're arriving at the side of the pipe that the servo skulls are lost behind.
Yes.
Yeah, I went back.
Are you all
me my-
together or are you
Yes.
separated?
Yeah, we were all together.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're all in that major area in the center where there was that, all the kelp you're kind of like pushing through. It's pretty gross. And let's get
Yeah.
everybody to roll perception again, please.
17.
17.
Yikes, 67.
67.
34.
1.
You rolled a 1.
I did.
Yeah.
Nice. 22 for me.
15.
Okay. So, as you approach the door, you can see with your special eyes there, Roland, and with I would say anything under a 20 as you approached that door, you'd be able to see that the little keypad says sealed, pressurization, pump in action. And there's a little tiny interface, but it appears to be tight. And you hear, actually not even, it's only one of you. It's going to be Lindoa here. So Dua hears a schlick as the door behind you seals shut. And a dim, barely visible pad is visible. Door sealed. Pumping in action. Pressurization beginning. And only one of you is able to see pricks of light. Pricks of light through the mass of knotted kelp that's been stuck up through the grating. Fresh kelp, wet kelp. And before any of you, Dua feels a heat. A tremendous, overwhelming heat begin beneath. And
I think
before
we
any of
should
you,
move.
he can hear the sound of kelp steaming and sizzling as it's being baked beneath you.
We shouldn't be standing here. We need to pick a direction and go.
Well, there's a wall of water that way, so sorry my babies are dead. Let's turn around.
Let's move. Let's move. Let's move.
Okay,
So
let's
you guys
go.
gonna go the other direction?
Yep.
Yeah.
It is sealed. Pressurization has begun. Pumping in action. The wall of heat is enough that you can feel a pressure. It's actually building up, actually causing pressure in the tube. You're hearing the, we'll say, less compacted parts of the kelp kind of give way into flames which are barking up through the grating.
Get this damn door open.
I get the door open.
So you want to roll a tech?
I do.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me the tech roll.
That is. I'm using a fate point. Much better. That's a 13.
Okay. You push your way past the very, very, very adamant concern of the
I hear you, but shut up.
system. The doors begin to unlatch. This tube is like fighting you metaphorically. It's not a real fight. It's not just putting fisticuffs up. But there appear to be, you don't know what you're doing, we need to close this, warnings that keep popping up like a goddamn Windows update that you don't want to go through yet. Just saying, update now? You're like, remind me later, remind me later, remind me later. It's like, how about now? 10 days. You keep pushing it off. And this is going to take probably another 2 to 3 minutes to fully successfully depressurize and then move through the door. The heat, though, is climbing. And it is becoming pretty overwhelming. Let's get some...
Can we blast the door open?
Well, can you? You want to try?
We have seismic charges.
That's true.
Yep.
Cece's like, it's gonna take 2 minutes, break it, and steps away.
Seismic charges.
Alrighty. So, seismic charges. You arm those. Does anybody here have special, I would say, skill attribution points given to destruction or demolition?
Demolition. Oh.
I do not have demolitions.
Nope.
Neither
Okay.
do I.
So,
Got all kinds of weapon training, but you know.
not as much demo.
No demolition.
Let's get a toughness roll from everybody, please.
Yeesh. My lowest score.
47.
13.
14.
14.
4. That's 2.
Nice. So, okay.
49.
14 and our 4 aren't going to receive a wound, but everyone else is going to receive 1 wound as the breath almost feels like it's being taken out of you. You're having trouble breathing. You're close to asphyxiation. Spurts of fire, 2 meters high, are leaking through the matted kelp. It is hot. It's so hot you can feel your eyes cooking. You are arming the demolition?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
Who's doing that?
Is that a? I guess this is a little bit meta, but would that? If there's no one with demo, is it just going to be like a intelligence
Yes.
check? Okay.
Gimme.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the
See.
training for this.
Give it here! And I slap it on.
Okay, so you arm it, and there's not a lot of room here. So go ahead and give me a tech roll.
I'm amazing. That's a 22.
22.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably a good enough time to put a pause on today's session. I think
No.
the door, of course, with the demolition going off, is using a very similar, very quickly phase of that pitch and tone, that's that high static you heard. You hear it build up, pop, and then just a flush of noise with a whine that kind of lingers after. The door shudders and the lights dim and they kind of slack to one side. The door is completely functionless. It's separated from the rest, and while it didn't blow it off its hinges, it does appear that there's no fight left in the metal.
I shoulder check it.
Shoulder check it,
Let's
that's a
go
strength check.
in.
Anyone else going to join in?
Guess what?
Do
I
Rang,
have
full
it
speed.
strength. I'm
with
a
my
big
hammer.
lady. That's an 8.
He said 8.
Galaxy, you have a big hammer, don't you?
Yeah, I got my anchor. I'll hit it with
Anchor
hit it with
it.
the anchor.
Anchor it!
Alrighty. One of
Anchor
your
that bitch!
one of your fellows just rolled a 100. He is. You hear what's supposed to be a cry for help as he's charred to his bones. One of the geysers of fire that's coming up through the grate completely engulfs one of your fellows.
All right.
You're down to 3 with you.
Dang.
Don't tell Charles.
So strength
Charles is
check.
upstairs.
Give me the strength check.
41.
41.
Yep. My
Okay.
strength
Yeah, mine was an
is
8.
47.
47. So you have a degree of success.
Wiggling.
So you're hammering on one side, others are pulling. Is anyone else going to try and get in here?
I rolled a
Oh, yeah.
30.
A 30?
My strength
doors-
is 45.
Start to shift in place, but it's not moving too much, and the heat is increasing. Can we get one more toughness check from everybody, please?
That's a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
All right. Knuckling up to it, we see
That's a 7.
a 7. Oof.
Oh, that's
So
a 2.
a 2. Oh my god. You guys are just like, why is he burning to death? This is nothing.
Not Nyla. She rolled 75.
75.
Well, Nyla.
That's one more wound.
E1.
61.
Yes.
It's beginning hard to breathe. You guys are losing some of your hair. The heat is getting hot.
No.
Those of you who rolled worse than 20 do receive one more wound. And the door gives. The slacked metal crumples to one side, and you're able to get, one at a time, everyone through.
Go, go, go!
Go.
There seems to be a lot of groaning on the pipe further on. A whoosh of energy you're not really able to fully discern is felt in the way of air that was previously pressurizing the tube you were in. It rushes back toward the fire, and you can see that it's feeding it. The fire is actually spinning in a spiral form, a tendril up toward you,
Oh, good.
Oh,
lurching into the pipe, being fed by the rush of air.
it was fun, guys.
Can we
Oh,
shut
well.
the door?
No, the door is
No, because we
unresponsive.
broke the door.
You can feel your air being sucked out. Are you going to stand here and watch it?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's so beautiful, though.
Stunning. Gorgeous. Running.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, okay.
I'm
So you
just
guys start booking it. And running from the tendril of fire for about 20 more meters, already fairly fatigued from the descent, the fire seems to pull back toward the grating you left. You're no longer actively dying. I think that's where we're going to put a bookmark in today's session. That's
Great.
that's today.
Lord.
All right. Well, that was great. Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeehaw.
Yeah.
We almost died. Except me.
But we almost died together.
Yeah. It's the death along the way.
Oh, yeah. Friends were the death along the way. I'm not sure I have
Well,
that.
that
right.
that one guy did die.
He did.
What's his name?
Yes.
Don't know.
Yeah, Lou, which one was it?
Let's see.
Lupert.
You want it to be which one?
I don't know. Not Charles.
Not
And
Charles.
Charles
Well,
Myers.
definitely not Charles.
Yeah,
It
Charles is
was.
asleep
Oh,
upstairs.
hold on. It was Gerald. Gerald's dead.
No, not Gerald.
Gerald and Jer. Gerald was probably the part of the Jer squad.
Oh no!
Probably
Oh,
Decimated.
Common
They are called the
ancestry.
gerrymanders.
oh no, no,
No.
no! They Okay, so that's where this session ended. If you watched live, thanks, and well, we'll be around next week. As for the rest of you,
Not these characters.
no. These characters we'll have to continue with in a 2-week period. Bye, live folks. Thanks for hanging out.
Don't forget to like, comment,
Bye.
subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Oh,
Bye.
you. All right.